Alright, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Marvelous Beats, violence and producer from marvbeats.com. And on today's video for full-time musician, we are talking about, alright, 3 skills that I think you need in order to be a full-time musician. So as usual, we're going to talk about who this video is for and who this video is not for, okay? So, who this video is not for. If you're already full-time musician, you already got that replacement, of income of your job. You ready to get mad gigs. You ready to hit your goals. You're ready to make 6 figures. This video is probably not for you. Also, on the flip side of that, if you are a super beginner musician, I mean, you probably just took your first lesson. You've never really played in front of people or done an event before. You're still getting familiar with your craft. This video is probably not for you. Let's talk about who this video is for. So if you have played a few events, maybe you're like 3-4 years into playing your instruments, maybe a little longer. Maybe you played on the street before. You've done a few like family or friend events, and your family or friends are like, you're talented. Maybe you should try and take this further. And you yourself, you want to go ahead and try to take this further. Maybe at the very least, you want to replace your, minimum wage job or something like that. This video is definitely for you. Okay. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into this for the soon-to-be full-time musicians watching this video. All right. So for my first point, professional etiquette. Okay. I have the 3 T's is what I call them. So it's your tone, it's your timeliness, and your talent. So let's start with the first one, the first T. So your tone. Your tone is basically when you talk about the brand of who you are as a musician. You talk about the instruments you play, the kind of music you play, how you look. That's one part of it, but a huge part of your brand, especially your professional brands, towards being a full-time musician, is how you actually talk to people. How do you answer people when they text or DM you? How are you answering these emails? What kind of words are you using? Personally, I think it's very important to keep a professional frame. I think it's cool to be relatable, but you don't want to get too crazy or too friendship like. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't use too many LOLs and emojis. It's like, for example, don't use like text lingo. Like, don't be saying like, for example, don't use the letter U when you're saying you. It's easy. It's simple things like that. It's like, because what you're really trying to show people is that you're serious about what you do, and you want them to take you serious as well. You want to not just seem, but you want to be trustworthy. You want to be dependable, and you want to just do like simple things. You know what I'm saying? Like, spell someone's name right when they hit you up. Like, use good greetings and good signatures. Like, say hello, good day, looking forward to it. At the end of the emails, you sincerely, best regards, kind regards. Sign off with your name, your phone number, and like your contact information, because what you want to get to that higher echelon of this full-time musician industry, which is like the corporate events and the high-profile weddings and working with major label artists. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get to that and have people, because this industry is small, so like the event planners, the musicians, the photographers, the chefs, the dancers, they all pretty much know each other. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be you want your reputation to be respected and trustworthy. And a lot of that is your tone. So like, when people like I said, you could be relatable. You could throw, some little things in there, but like, even when people slide them on DMs to try acting something, I keep it. It's actually pretty professional. I don't get too like, oh, what's good? You know what I'm saying? I say, hi, thank you so much for reaching out. how can I help you? Or if they already said, how can I help? I say, hey, can you please fill out the booking form on my website, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. You know, be responsive in your tone. Look like you care. You know what I'm saying? And then actually care. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge. That's tone. So let's go on to timeliness. Now, timeliness, it starts from the very beginning. When somebody hits you up, you want to be timely in answering them. Answer them quickly. Um, People hit up multiple creatives whenever they need a creative. So like, you usually want to be the first person to answer, because usually the first one or two people are the ones that get the gig. And then of course, when it comes to the gig, you want to get there on time. And on time, that means early enough time to get there to park. And if you're one of those musicians that want to change your outfit, you have enough time to do that. And of course, have enough time to set up. Um, and then that's from the initial inquiry to the gig, but everything in between, you got to be timely with that too. Um, when you're working with example for with the event planners doing huge events, like, it is so crucial to be responsive, because a lot of times they're working on small time frames, and if you're not responsive enough, you might not get the information that you need in order to successfully do your job. What's going on, future full timers? Real quick, I want to let y'all know about a pack that I put together that's going to save you so much time, book out so many gigs. I've used this stuff for 6 years, and trust me, it converts. So basically, it's a pack of email response templates and a booking contract template. And in this pack, I have a video tutorial that's going to walk you through each email template and also the contract. Just check out the link down in the description. All right, back to the video. And you also don't want to put people in bad positions or feel like you're not going to show up or you're not going to be there for them, because then you kind of go into the category of somebody that's not easy to work with. And everybody in this industry wants to work with people who are dependable, trustworthy, and easy to work with. And honestly, it's not hard stuff. I feel like naturally we all know, you know, what people need and what feels and looks good. You just got to kind of lean into that and provide that if you want to really do this lifestyle, being a full-time musician. Okay. And then of course the other T of my three T's in this first point is your talent. You gotta it's awesome to be talented, of course, but you gotta know how to package your talent in a way that's digestible and is in a way that you can service people and help their vision come to fruition. So a good example of like packaging your talent. For example, for me, if y'all not familiar, if y'all new to what I do, I'm a professional violinist, and on my website I have a song list, and that song list probably got like 200 songs. But people sometimes have songs that are not on that list. Instead of saying no, I always give it a shot. Saying I have a fee, of course, for songs that are not on my list, but I'm willing, that's a big word, willing to use my talent to try to learn their song, hopefully if I have enough time, and provide that service to them. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really important to just be helpful. You're essentially a service. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might have products. I wouldn't necessarily call being a full-time musician a product. It's a service. You're in the service industry. Remember that. All right. So that's the first point in the three skills you need to make it as a professional musician is the professional etiquette. So we want to number two. Number two is incredibly important. You've got to be self-accountable. Like, you have to have good self-management. What that means in this realm, in this industry, is just handling your business, meaning you got to be accountable. One of the biggest things is for your schedule. Get familiar with whatever calendar app you're using. I'm like 90% of the world. I use Gmail. So get familiar with Google Calendar and how you manage your schedule, and get familiar with Gmail too. Gmail got a bunch of free features that really help streamline your whole your journey to being a full-time musician, and while you are a full-time musician, it helps you get it right. In my last video where I talked about the 3 things that help streamline your business, I was talking about how Gmail got email templates. It's in that last video too, but I'm gonna put it in the description of this video too, in the comments somewhere on this joint, where I got some templates for y'all, email templates, contract templates that y'all can cop, y'all can rearrange to specifically fit your artistry, your musicianship, your craft. So definitely go check that out. You got to be accountable for pretty much anything that goes around your business, because as a solopreneur, you're a business entrepreneur, you it's all on you. You know what I'm saying? So like, for example, let's go back to the calendar thing. So there are definitely days where I've done like 3 gigs in a day, but it was up to me to decide if it was possible. You understand? So like, I'm have to be sure that I have enough time with cushion to leave that first gig and make sure I'm on time to the next gig, and on time. It's time to park, time to change if you want to do it, time to set up. And then of course the travel, whatever's behind that. So like, if I buy a plane ticket, buy a train ticket, I'm always buying insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because things happen, you know what I'm saying? And you want to at least give yourself a shot to get a refund or at least a credit, you know what I'm saying? Because then you can use that credit for another gig or whatever. Another one, other insurances, not literally buying insurance, but like having backup equipment. So I always got a backup violin in the car whenever I go, even a backup speaker, you know what I'm saying? Because if anything goes down, I want to at least give myself a shot to make it right. You feel what I'm saying? And that, again, that's self-management, that's self-accountability. Another thing is getting familiar with all your hosts across the board. And my hosts, I mean, your website host, for example, I use Wix. Love Wix. I'm not sponsored by them, but I love them, so I'm just let y'all know. I've been using Wix probably since like 2014, maybe. Like I said, email, social media hosts, getting familiar with your social media, like how to use the DMs and all the features that help, build your brand and make you visible. You know what I'm saying? That's all on you. Another big one is, and this is gonna go into the next point, is being organized with your files, your records. So like, for example, that's a good example. Whenever I have an income book, basically, I simply just use an Excel sheet, yo. So it's the same exact Excel sheet that I've been using since like 2015. Like, I literally have a tab for each year, and it goes back as far as 2015, and it's the same thing. I got the client's name, type of gig it is, the day that the gig is, what they paid me, when they paid it to me, and then I have like a note section that'll let me know, okay, they paid with Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, whatever, and that's it. It just goes down. You know what I'm saying? And I combined that Excel record with QuickBooks. And then, when you get to that level, like, LLCing and separating your personal from your business expenses, you'll see that QuickBooks is it. Again, I'm not sponsored by none of these people. This is what I use. So I'm letting y'all know. And like I said, this goes into the third point, which is really locking in on your soft skills. And if you're not familiar with what soft skills is essentially just your computer literacy. That's probably the easiest way I can put it. So, like I said, you just got to be familiar with, knowing the difference between a Word file and a PDF, knowing the difference between an MP3 and an AIFF file. You know what I'm saying? Like, all those things help the client's life be easier and your life be easier, of course, because you know how to, like, for example, file size manage, and things like that, like on your cloud, for example, cloud storage. What else? Like I was saying, like using Excel to like keep track of like your income and expenses and stuff like that. Social media, your ad platforms. Ads are huge, by the way. How to simply just set up an ad. You know what I'm saying? maybe doing automated messages for your DMs and stuff like that. Like all these little things are so crucial in order to become a full-time musician. And again, full-time, there's levels to full-time. You know what I'm saying? Like I think what I'm really trying to do with this full-time musician series is at least get y'all to the point where you're replacing at least a minimum wage job. You know what I'm saying? So we go back to these 3 points real quick as a quick review. So 3 skills that you need in order to become a full-time musician and do this. Number 1 is professional etiquette. And again, that's my 3 T's. That's your tone, how you're talking to people, how you're branding yourself, and your charisma, and how you that's how basically setting up your reputation in the industry. The other T is timeliness. So answer people quickly, being reachable in between the time they hit you up and booked you in the actual gig, and then being timely at the gig. And your talent. So learning how to best package what you do where it's digestible for people who want to hire you and would love to utilize your gifts for the event. And then the next number 2 of that is I forgot already. Is your accountability, your self-management. So getting familiar with your calendar, getting familiar with your social medias, and getting familiar with your emails, getting familiar with your insurances. Having your backup plans together. You know what I'm saying? And then number 3 is your soft skills. So getting your system of administration right, how you keep it organized with contracts and what cloud program you're using. What else? And templates, having your templates ready to go. Get familiar with your ad platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much, if you lock in on these 3, like I said, I've been doing this full time for 6 years now. Okay, that means I was doing this pre-pandemic. I was doing it through the pandemic, like in the pandemic, and I made it out, and I'm still doing it post-pandemic. So trust me, these 3 little tips I'm giving y'all are not so little. They help. They work. Trust me. So definitely go out, figure it out for yourself. Oh, this is a huge point. Like, you're not gonna get it on the first try. Trust me, and that's okay. Like, that is okay. I'm 6 years in, and I am still at every level chiseling away. You know what I'm saying? At how I run my operation, how I run my business. You know what I'm saying? It's a journey, and it's a privilege to be able to use your gift and provide for yourself, your loved ones, and and all that. And it's incredibly rewarding, though. So I think if you really want to be a full-time musician, it's possible, but take it a little serious. You know what I'm saying? Take it serious. And like, I think we all, when we get into this, you want to get, like I said, to that upper echelon of this industry. So we're talking, you want to get to those corporate gigs. You want to be known by the biggest planners, entertainment designers, and you want to be known by high-profile people. You want to do the senator and the newscaster and the lawyer's wedding and the doctor's wedding and birthday, and you want to work with the major label artists that come through your city. And you get to that point when your reputation is known, respected, revered. And if you really think about it, a lot of stuff I said are very simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? You already did the super hard part. You learned the instrument. You know what I'm saying? You did it. So just show some care, have some tact, have some professional swagger to what you do, and like, you'll be so surprised how fast things can come together for you. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna ramble too much, because I get passionate and I start going crazy. So I'm gonna let this video rock where it's at. Again, this was the video about the 3 skills I believe you need to be a full-time musician. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna see y'all in the next video. Shout out to all the soon-to-be full-time musicians out there. It's your boy Marvelous Beats, professional violinist and producer from marvbeats.com. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.